Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. Good afternoon. It is my pleasure and privilege to welcome you to the 118th graduation at Oceanside High School. In keeping our best with social distance, I would ask that at the conclusion of today's ceremony that you meet the graduates beyond the fence towards the high school. Now at this time, I ask you to please once again rise and remain standing. All gentlemen are asked to remove your hats or mortarboards and join us in singing the Oceanside High School alma mater, words of which can be found on the back cover of your program. Anybody know how it goes? Sing it? We're going to need to all sing along here. Do you know it? I don't know how it goes. Oceanside, to thee. Come on, guys. Unfurl our colors. the way to read. And when our high school days are done. Here we go. I was told there would be no singing. My apologies. Thank you so much. You may be seated. We'll practice that next year a little bit. It is now my pleasure to introduce the historian of the class of 2021, Ms. Courtney Murphy.
Good evening, fellow graduates, loved ones, faculty, and the Board of Education. I would like to start by recognizing all of the people in our lives who have helped us reach this point in our educational careers. Your constant support is a token of confidence to all of us. Specifically, to my parents, thank you for providing me with unwavering love, which has shaped me to be the young woman who I am today. And to my siblings, I am truly blessed to have such ideal role models to look up to. You guys set the bar way too high. To our valedictorian, Matt, thank you for always challenging me inside the classroom to be the best version of myself. It feels like just yesterday, we were racing each other to finish our multiplication table quizzes. Shout out to Fulton Avenue, school number 8. It was always you first, me second. Guess some things never change. Lastly, I would like to give a special thank you to the entire class of 2021. We could not have gotten through this school year without each other. When I began to write my speech, I wanted some inspiration. So like most of us here probably do, I turned to Google for help. But a search for the perfect graduation speech turned up examples that you had to pay to read. So then I went directly to YouTube. And it was there I found endless speeches labeled funniest graduation speech of all time or graduation speech ever. However, none of these addresses really stood out to me. None of them were extremely relatable. But then it occurred to me that we walked through our halls in the midst of a pandemic, and the students who wrote those speeches simply did not. I will not dwell on the detrimental effects of COVID-19 and what is supposed to be an inspirational speech, but I feel obliged to recognize all of the challenges we have persevered through and take a moment to remember the loved ones we have lost. As a true optimist, I am thankful that the pandemic has taught me to never take small moments for granted, but more importantly, that it's helped expand my vocabulary. Here are a few new words I've learned along the way: quarantine, scooped, cohort, hybrid, and social distancing. But in all seriousness, through the past year, I hope we have learned that our futures are unpredictable and everything in life is only temporary. Nothing horrible will endure forever, so keep on moving forward. And nothing valuable is everlasting, so cherish it while it lasts. As many people warned us, the past 4 years have flown by in an instant, and we are all about to enter a brand new chapter of our lives. As we do so, I hope you all remember to appreciate the people that you have met and the hardships you have faced. Consider the lessons we have been taught. In reflecting on my own experiences, I made a list of a few key things I have learned throughout my years at OHS. Dress in layers, don't walk in the middle square, mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell, student parking passes aren't actually required to park in the lot, and if Dr. Mitchell comes into your class with a ruler, run. All jokes aside, I'm extremely grateful to have had the opportunity to be an Oceanside student where I've been able to take control of my educational trajectory.
So, in whatever path you decide to journey through next, I encourage you to do the same. Take control of your own development and play an active role in the evolution of your life path. In moments big and small, remain engaged. Stay curious. Listen to learn. And through all experiences you encounter, continue to challenge yourself and remain open to new perspectives. In all moments, push yourself to live in the present. Be aware of the gifts that surround you each and every day. Embrace the limited time we have left with close family and friends. We have come a long way since freshman year, all the way from Musical.ly to TikTok. Okay, maybe not, but one thing for certain is that we have made the most out of any situation dealt our way. So remember that the moments when it feels so easy to quit are the times it is most essential we push on. To the class of 2021, I wish you all the best of luck as we continue our journey through life, transforming small moments into memories. And while I never liked the idea of endings, I cannot wait to see everything we accomplish. Thank you.
Thank you, Courtney. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Superintendent of the Oceanside School District, Dr. Phyllis Harrington.
Thank you. Welcome, guests, parents, family members, friends, faculty, Board of Education trustees, and especially the class of 2021. It gives me enormous pleasure to be here with you today and to finally say we made it. This year you faced many tough choices. In the end, you decided that you would go from surviving to thriving. And as a result, you made the very best of a difficult situation. Now, as you move beyond your high school years, you will find you'll be faced with many more choices, and perhaps ones that are even more challenging. Edwin Markham, an early 20th century American poet, said that choices are the hinges of destiny. He would know. At a New Year's party in 1898, he took a chance by reading one of his poems to a newspaper editor. The newspaper published the poem, which ultimately launched his career. So, just as a hinge keeps a door in place and allows it to swing open and closed, the choices we make can determine which doors will open for us. And when doors won't open, or when a door slams shut, we still must decide, what now? What will we make of the circumstances that we find ourselves in? So with high school now behind you and the world at your doorstep, give yourself the gift of time and space to be more conscious about your choices. Leadership guru John Maxwell says, do your homework. List your options and where they can lead. Seek advice from the right people. Listen to your instincts and make decisions based on principles and values you believe in. The most important choices you make are about the kind of person you wish to be and the type of people that you want to surround yourself with. With kindness, love, gratitude, and compassion for people, I promise you that the rest will come more easily. Your destiny is in your hands, so choose as wisely as you can. Learn from your mistakes and continue to make us as proud of you as we are today. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Harrington. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2021, Mr. Matthew Friedman.
Class of 2021, congratulations on making it to the finish line. Graduation. We finally made it. Before I start my speech, I want to take a moment to acknowledge everyone who helped us throughout high school. Oceanside gave us many amazing teachers to lead us down our academic journeys, and I'd like to thank them. With special thanks to Mr. Kalner and JP. I've only had one guidance counselor, but if Ms. Stillwell reflects the entire department, then I can confidently say we had a top-tier set of counselors. Additionally, both the high school and district administrators, along with the members of the Board of Education, have worked tirelessly over the past year and a half to ensure that we could continue to learn in a safe environment, and I would like to thank them for their efforts to fully reopen school. Unpopular opinion, but I definitely appreciated the shift from hybrid to all-in. I would also like to thank my friends and family who were instrumental in helping me get to where I am today. When I first started drafting my speech, I wasn't really sure what to talk about. How was I, a 17-year-old high school senior, supposed to impart a profound sense of wisdom to all of you? Sure, I've had good grades throughout high school, but what really made me qualified to speak about the world? I began reflecting on my life and the ways I personally changed over the years in order to answer these questions. Though I haven't yet answered them, I did stumble upon a topic: change. Change is the end result of all true learning. We have all changed, not just over the course of high school, but throughout elementary and middle school as well. And I'm not just talking about getting taller. Though a significant portion of this change has been derived from the knowledge we gained at school, an equally, if not more important segment of this change came as a result of personal learning experiences. We all learn from the interactions with family, friends, and the community at large, and even from the books we read or the movies we watched. Combined with our education at school, the aggregate of these small learning experiences made us who we currently are. Our personalities changed as we grew and learned. We matured and learned to see the world in a new way, so we began to behave differently. For some of us, the shift was drastic, and for others, the shift was small. But everyone experienced some form of change. One of the main changes to my personality occurred as I became more outgoing, yet also deepened my commitment to education. While I've always had a passion for science, a love for medicine developed over the course of high school, and I slowly gained an interest in politics. My friends also changed as they grew and learned, but everyone follows a unique path. Thus, I became closer with people I hadn't previously interacted with, while simultaneously drifting away from others. This process of change, of growth, of learning, is not just a rapid metamorphosis. Rather, it's a slow evolution. Just as you learn something new every day, you change by a small amount each and every day. Over the months and years, these changes build up and can become significant transformations. There's no single correct pace for this development. However, only by fully embracing learning can we grow, and we will all continue to do so. Our personal evolutions are not even close to ending yet. Learning is a lifelong process, and as such, we will all continue to change throughout our lives. Keep reading, for books are like portals to other worlds, but they never bring you back completely the same. Continue asking questions. Not only can this action shore up your own knowledge, but it can also eventually lead you to the end of our shared pool of knowledge. It is from answering questions that we can advance society. As you progress throughout the adventure we call life, search for more experienced mentors who can help guide you and instruct you on your journey. And remember that wherever you choose to go next year, college, trade school, the military, or the workforce, you'll be joining a new community. Just as high school has shaped us and helped define us to this point, the lessons we learn from our new communities will shape our future selves. You are in control of the path of your development. If you have a goal that you're looking to achieve, it is your responsibility to chart a course that will take you there. Not your parents, not your teachers, not your friends. You. You have the potential to change and grow in any direction you choose to meet your goals, so you'll be able to accomplish anything you set your mind to. I'm truly excited to see what you'll all do. Good luck to all of you, and let's go Islanders.
Thank you, Matthew. It is my pleasure to introduce your senior class president, Meryl Evener.
I'd like to start off this speech by first welcoming faculty and staff, distinguished guests, Board of Education, family, and my fellow members of the class of 2021. My name is Meryl Evener, your senior class president, and I'm truly honored to speak on behalf of the class seated in front of me. One quote that our senior year keeps bringing me back to is one by Winston Churchill. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, while an optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. We were the optimists. This past year threw us curveballs and challenges at every corner, and it never got easier. Masks were worn. We were socially distanced in some cases from our loved ones, and everyone's work life changed dramatically. But most importantly, we took the time to engineer a new beginning and a new future for ourselves, for our earth, and for generations to come. All of us, regardless of age, were faced with tough decisions, such as hybrid, virtual, or in-person learning, without knowing when we could go back to our normal lives and stop saying new normal. This year also resilient the Oceanside community truly was. We saw these difficulties as an opportunity to change our traditions and typical ceremonies. We remained hopeful and adjusted to whatever guidelines we needed to. Our optimism has led us to exactly this point. Senior class president delivering a speech to a full class of 450 students graduating on our home turf with our loved ones in the stands. No one had suspected what our 2020 to 2021 school year would look like. I mean, how could we? Freshman year, all of us had just graduated middle school and were nervous as we ventured on to our high school lives. Sophomore year, the age of Finstas, TikTok, and private stories. Junior year, parents constantly nagging you about school and college, not to mention the start to COVID and all of us celebrating when the school announced a 2-week break from school. Oh, how oblivious we were. And finally, senior year, the year you fight for a parking spot, receive the most absences, and figure out what route you will begin once we turn the page. To finish off our senior year, I would like to announce our senior gift. This year's senior gift will be to furnish the student lounge, creating a warm and welcoming atmosphere. In addition, we also want to beautify the student bathrooms. This gift would not have been possible without the help of our student government, Ms. Caminiello, Ms. Smith, and our administration. Thank you all for your support in improving our school community as well as the student body. And to my fellow classmates, soon we will continue our journey beyond high school and become those timid and inexperienced freshmen again as we venture out and attempt to make our own impact on the world. As I look upon this field at each and every one of you, I see drive, potential, and limitless success. As we leave here today, each of us on the pursuit toward our own futures, I want you to remember, anytime you face hardship, difficulty, or misfortune, just recall that the most influential poet of our time, Pitbull, once said, "Every day above ground is a great day." Remember that.
Thank you, Meryl. I would like now to invite the President of the Board of Education, Mrs. Mary Jane McGrath Mulhern, to the podium.
Good afternoon. First, I'd like to thank the class of 2021 for the most generous gift. On behalf of the Oceanside Board of Education, we would like to thank all the parents, guardians, and loved ones of the graduates. It is you who, through your support and love, have come this far with your children, and we truly appreciate it. We would like to sincerely acknowledge the unrelenting dedication of our administrators, teachers, and entire staff. Finally, we would like to extend our heartfelt congratulations to the class of Oceanside High School 2021. You took on all the challenges with steadfast perseverance and class. You shined through during some of the most difficult times in the history of education. You should be proud of all that you accomplished and carry that Oceanside pride with you for the rest of your lives. Remember, when the seas got really rough, Oceanside sailors got really strong. This graduating class certainly made the high honor roll in resiliency. Congratulations to all, and Godspeed in your next of many wonderful life journeys. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McGrath-Mulhern. It's my turn. Good evening and welcome again. Welcome to the Board of Education, Dr. Harrington and the District Administration, fellow administrators, teachers, staff, parents, family, and of course, the class of 2021. My name is Dr. Brendan Mitchell, and I'm the proud principal of Oceanside High School. Together with our Castleton principal, Mr. Edward Michaelenko, it is our privilege to be with all of you today. So tonight we have the opportunity to recognize all that you have accomplished over the last 13 years. It's a moment for you to reflect on what you have learned, both inside and outside of the classroom, and to dream about what is next. It is the chance for you to share those stories that have shaped your years here, and to laugh and to cry with your friends you have made. There's no doubt we've heard countless words tonight that will acknowledge your hard work, the determination you've shown, and your perseverance through adversity and struggle. This is a critically important message, not only in a year of a pandemic, but at any point in your life. You have shown you have the ability to navigate these pressures and balance life's expectations. You've learned that life is not always perfect and that unexpected challenges, sometimes on the global level, will emerge, and yet you still found the finish line. However, there is another message that you should take with you as you march off this field tonight. It's important for you to know that for as much as we recognize your ability to overcome life's challenges, you must also remember that it's still okay to ask for help when you need it. It's okay to ask for help in finding a classroom on campus next year, or ask help when you are looking for a job, or ask for help when life seems a bit overwhelming. Sometimes it's this knowledge that we all forget as we grow older. This message should be clear, however, when you look at this crowd around you. You are surrounded by an amazing network of help and support that is the Oceanside community. You have family, friends, teachers, and classmates that will be here for you well beyond tonight's celebration. Also, on that note, it's equally important for you to realize that you are a class of helpers. I've watched as you've helped countless classmates, siblings, teachers, and friends through this last year. You've taught many of us, myself included, what it means to navigate and pivot in a world of uncertainty. This is how I'll remember you all. So, to the class of 2021, do not be afraid to go out into this world and ask the questions that need answering, fix the problem that needs solving, and help those who need helping. We have no doubt that you will do great things. Just remember that we're here for you along the way. Thank you and congratulations. Mrs. McGrath-Mulhern, will you please join me at the podium? It's my pleasure to introduce to you the Oceanside High School class of 2021. Now, Ms. McGrath-Mulhern, will you please assist me in presenting the first diplomas to those students who are here with us on the dais? Ready? Valedictorian, Mr. Matthew Friedman. Salutatorian, Courtney Murphy. Senior Class President, Merrill Evner. Senior Class Vice President, Katarina Engst. Secretary, Michael Waltuck. Treasurer, Danielle Huplaski. Geo President Emma Romano. Vice President Jacob Reyes. Geo Secretary Jason Beer. And Geo Treasurer Michael Pesci. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Harrington, Superintendent of Schools, to the podium to hand out the diplomas to the class of 2021. We will begin with our honor graduates. Graduates, we do have diplomas to hand out to you on the stage. However, if you'd prefer and be more comfortable selecting your own, you can do that as well.
Adam Abbey. Ren Allegra. Nicole Andrews. Lorraine Bakari. Isabel Badalato. James Bandini. Liliana Bartolo. Jordan Bastine. Claire Bauer. Leah Becker. James Bellinger. Alex Benowitz. Amanda Benson. James Bernal. Joseph Bibikoff. Yeah.
Michael Birokotov. Ethan Bloom. Sarah Brennan. Jessica Brew. Joseph Berguglio. Thomas Butzatowski. Elizabeth Burkle. Lily Berberin. Samuel Birch. Sophia Cassiopo. Adriana Calderon. Brianna Calderon. Vincent Capone. Allison Christel. Tyler Cinnamon. Sam Civil.
Madison Clampman. Jillian Cola. Max Capola. Jennifer Kozer. Margaret Cunningham. Alyssa Cura. Alexandria Dato. Kaylin Decker. Connor Delaney. Daniela DeMoro. Cameron Denman. Mario Di Pasquale. Courtney Depperman. Gianna DiCanio. Shannon Di Dominica. Michael DiMaselli. Jack Dolger. Alex Eckstein. Sarah Eidelman. Daniela Espinal. Michael Esposito. Katie Evans. Halle Evener. Jonathan Fiella. Anthony Famighetti. Caitlin Farino. Brooke Farrell. Jeremy Fader. Madeline Feldman. Jenna Flynn. Victoria Freitas. Mateo Gonzalez. Madison Graff. Zoe Grima, Amy Michelle Guerrero, Dana Guzman, you got this, David Hawk, Kaylee Ikes, Andrew Isaacson,
Mia Judd, John Justin, Victoria Justin, Stephen Katz, Maggie Keller, Ashley Kessler, Therese Curians, James Kirk, Isabella Clem, Kelly Kubaitis, Elizabeth Laudicina, Isabella Lazaro, Katherine Lee, Jocelyn Lyer, Miranda Leibstein, Charles Leventhal, Zachary Levitz, Olivia Lacerda, Lana Levine, Madeline Levine, Sierra Levine.
Kaylin Mahaffey, Roshan Mamovin, Mackenzie Mannion, Julia Martelucci, Robert Mastropieri, Lindsay McFall, Michaela Mackenzie McKay, Mia, Ariana Morejo, Lara Mesita, Gabrielle Mazalewski, Nicole Morales, Jenna Morgan, Sheridan Morgan, Daniela Moy, Brianna Murch, Jameson Nassar, Eileen Nora Buena, Annalisa Nunez, Aspen O'Brien, Ryan O'Sullivan, Allison Ulasipol, thank you, Sadie Olson, Alexandra Ortiz, Joseph Pagano, Julia Palmieri, Julia Polnargiano, Prince Patel, Anna Paul, Michael Perero, Diego Piedrahita, Juliet Pinkert, Alexa Poplowski, Melody Posner, Gabriella Prendergast, Michael Prendergast, Brittany Primiano, Benjamin Provler, Ariane Quintero,
Michael Raska, Samantha Ralkin, Lara Radigan, Amanda Richter, Debbie Rizzi, Paige Satcher, Benjamin Sanchez, Samantha Santiago, Leona Sattler, Mark Sattler, Antonio Saule, Brian Scala, Madison Schaefer, Thomas Schmidt, Andrew Schmidt, Benjamin Schmidt, Samantha Schneider, Ethan Schweitzman, Christopher Sharada, Justine Skier-Mamano, Isabel Segretti, Eamon Shamoun, Drizana Shanton, Aiden Shapiro, Julia Shapiro, Samantha Simon, Kara Smith, Paige Smith, Maya Smolarczyk, Anthony Soria, Evan Spanier, Sadie Stadler, Sophie Stakov, Emma Stanko, Shannon Stanton,
Christopher Sainson, Luke Strianese, Michael Stuparich, Ella Serdeka, Alexandria Tonzi, Katrina Tronco, Ryan Trapp, Catherine Tassarudis, Christina Tercios Cisneros, Caitlin Villalba, Riley Weinstein, Efrat Hannah Weiss, Rachel, Rebecca Weissman, Lawson Wolf, Scott Yanover, Christian Zambrana, Eric Zhang, Derek Zhang.
Should have called Michael Eisner up and said, come down. Disney man. Getting up the picture of Michael Eisner. Come on, come on.
Dylan Abadia, Cassandra Ahern, Duncan Allen, Benjamin Alvarez, Brianna Amador, Michael Amodi, Ryan Anderson, Mark Argento, Brett Auerfeld, Robert Barna, Kylie Bates, Stephanie Bedoya, Emma Bianchi, Joseph Brooks, Daniel Bravenik, Anthony Buffalino, Brittany Cabrera, Pia Califano, Andrew Callie Fernandez, Faith Campanella, Amy Candia, Enzo Corona, Charles Casolaro, Elizabeth Castendia, Tanya Celestine, James Sindali, Jamalex Checo, Connor Cliggett, Matthew Cohen, Shannon Caforti, Mia Congliaro, Brianna Contrino, Kevin Conway, Joseph Corbett, Ashley Core, Matthew Cozier, Vincent Curatolo, Stephen Dagger, Natalie Daro, Rachel Dodona, Marvin De La Cruz, Melanie De Los Santos, Frankie Del Vecchio, Tabitha DeMoro, Jake Deniker, Nicole DeSimone, Diego Diaz Ramirez, Haley Demisa, Jake Dentino, Connor Donaldson, Zachary Dikorsky, Aaron Duffy,
Andres Duran, Emmanuel Duran, Jonathan Duryea, Salma Abahiri, Anthony Farino, Nicole Farino, Stephen Farsky, Christopher Ferreira, Vincent Ferrado, Christopher Fregat, James Fitzroy, Thomas Flavin, Benelli Flores, Matthew Frangos, Gina Gabe, Rafael Galan, Charles Galati, Claudia Galligan, Justin Garcia, Bianca Gardozo, Sam Gernhardt, Daniela Giannakopoulos, Matthew Gomez, Priscilla Gonzalez, James Guglielmo, Jamie Hanlon, Aiden Harkins, Emily Hennett, Jessica Hoffman, Zachary Horowitz, Brandon Yeager, Emma James, Angelica Jimenez, Rachel Kerber, Kayla Kessler, Shabil Khan, Jessica Kluger, Jason Kucharnik, Madison Lahens, Anthony Lanning, Peter Lapatina,
Thanks, lad.
Emma Levy, Mary Lasordi, Victoria Lazama, Christian Lopez, Christina Lopez, Isabella Verity, Sydney Weinberg, Michael Weinstein, Issa Yavis, Richard Zhang.
Benjamin Makoff. Louis Maldonado. Madison Malkowitz. Elizabeth Mandel. Sophia Manon. Jack Marciante. Justin Marine. Melanie Martinez. Kira McCabe. Patrick McCohen. Brian McGrath. Matthew Muller. Somebody says it's hard. Patrick Meehan. Rohan Mehta. Samantha Meyerowitz. Gabriel Miller. Emma Earhart. Aiden Mulhern. Isabella Moons. Sarah Murray. Sydney Nostramo. Gabrielle Nunez. Angelica O'Connor. Nayeli Nunez Estevez. Isaac Ocasio. Jesse Ocasio. Mac Olmsted. Fiona Opals. Michael Ormiston. Olivia Palazzolo. Alexa Panzarella. William Palomino. Joe Polonio. Oh my goodness. Polino. I knew that one too. Congrats, Joe. Olivia Paquette. Where do we go? Madison Paris. Keep going straight there, okay? Colin Oliver. Victoria Parasette.
Lucia Perella, Alana Pierce, Vanilla, Daniel Peters, Daniel File, Angeline Piedrahita, Logan Pataski, Kayla Powers, Jared Price, Kaylee Pensick, Nicholas Manzone, Colby Purswell, Angelica Quezada, Daniel Quigley, say it. Janier Quintero Lopez, Connor Rack, Sam Ramallo, Justin Ramdath, Quade Ramos, James Randazza, Haley Randazzo, Olivia Remmert-Burt, Ricardo Ray, Megan Reynolds, James, Dylan Ritter, Thomas Rivera, Eden Rodriguez, Ashley Rodriguez, Bianca Rodriguez, Natalie Rodriguez, Daniel Romer, Michaela Romano, Jonathan Rosano, James Rosario, Zachary Rubin, Jill Ryan, Liliana Sabag, Jacqueline Seiler, Nicholas Sammartano, Jocelyn Sancho Vasquez, Paul Scardino, Eve Scarola, Autumn Shanstra, Brian Shiano, Skylar Shimenti, Lena Shore, Mattingly Siegel, Zane Siegel, Max Sionov, Michael Snow, Christina Sofukli, Noreen Sufi, Lex Leo Soria Jr., Luke Statler, Travis Singh, Benjamin Strauss, Aiden Stutzman,
Erin Sullivan, Julian Tamburo, Kaylee Tapia, Natalie Taravella, Frankie Tavella, Angelina Timbelis, Nelvia Torres, Christopher Safis, Jennifer Safis, Lauren Safis, Anastasia Trombetis, Brianna Tripodi, Nicholas Tundis, Melanie Vasquez, Oscar Venegas, Olivia Vasallo, Sophia Vasallo, Gabriella Venezio, Kaden Vera.
That's the class of 2021. Before we go on, I want to recognize one more graduate who did have to leave the ceremony, Brandon Forte as well. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge the people who have helped to make this graduation a success. Thank you to Associate Principal, Mr. Kevin Carbonetti, along with his secretary, Miss Marianne Mecca, as well as Miss Leslie Raymond, for putting together this entire event. Our senior class advisors, Miss Jennifer Smith, Alexandra Villaro. Our buildings and grounds team under the direction of Mr. Robert Schloth, and our custodial team under the direction of Mr. James Brennan, as well, of course, our security team under the direction of Mr. John McGrain. We can't thank enough, of course, all the support staff at Oceanside High School, and of course, our amazing, beautiful, wonderful teachers. I'd also like to thank our other associate principals, Mr. Joel Mason, and associate principal, Mr. Keith McKeel. And I want to acknowledge, of course, the high school staff members who are retiring this year. Between them all, they have served for countless, countless years, service to Oceanside School District and service to the Oceanside community. Mr. Robert Brace, Mr. Jeff Reisner, Miss Jane Fiella, Miss Janice Giannotti, Mr. George Grossman, Miss Dawn Howard, Miss Linda Owens, Miss Teresa Isser, Miss Eileen Kelly, Mr. Al Sabatino, and our Grand Marshal, Miss Julia Nappi. Please, let's give them all a round of applause. Additionally, at this time, I would like to recognize those faculty members who have taken part in today's graduation. Thank you so much for your time and service tonight. Please rise. The staff, not the graduates, not yet. Thank you, staff, for your work in this extraordinary year. At this time, I would ask the staff members to please march off the field, led by Miss Julia Nappi. Okay, it is now my pleasure and privilege to conclude the 118th Oceanside High School Commencement exercise. Class of 2021, please rise. Vested in me by the Department of Education of the State of New York, I now pronounce you graduates. Congratulations.